Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So today we are back with another video on C++, but this video will be really different from the other videos which we have uploaded on our channel, because in this video we'll be covering up a tutorial using C++, and in this tutorial we will be seeing that what are loops in C++. We have covered up the loops in Python, in JavaScript, in HTML, CSS as well, but now we are learning the same thing in C++, like what are loops. You all know that loops are in many, like you can say loops are in many things, like there are for loops, while loops, do loops, and there are many other loops as well. So I'll be telling you all the loops which you can learn in C++. We'll be also seeing what are the basic things which you need to learn if you're starting with loops, and how to start with loops, where to use the loops in C++, and what are the things which are really important to use in loops. So I'll be telling you all the things in this video about loops. So if you understand this video from start, and if you enjoy this video, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my future video which I'll be uploading on this channel. So just what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started with this amazing video using C++ from start. So now we are on the computer screen, and like you all know that today we are just covering up the video on C++. Like this will be a tutorial video on C++, and in this video we will be seeing that like what are the, you can say what are the loops in C++. Like you all know that we have covered up the same video of loops in different languages, like we have used loops in Python, JavaScript, and in HTML, CSS as well. But normally the loops are used in Python, like very much it is used in Python, but now we are seeing that how we can use the same thing in C++, like when we are working with C++. So what are the importance of loops in C++, and all the things I'll be telling you about the loops. So just now what we are waiting for, let's get started. So before starting with this video, we have to create a new file in which we will be adding all the things about this loops in C++. So I will be giving the file name as loops, and I'll be saving it on desktop by writing .cpp to save the file in C++ format. So you have to also write .cpp here, save it on desktop or in any other location you want, but I prefer you to save your file on desktop. And I'll be pressing create file to create my file, and you can just see my file has been created successfully. I'll be now zooming in by pressing Control and mouse scroll so that we can have a good zoom in, and now you can just see we are getting a good effect here. So I will be now adding include IOStream, which is the starting code in C++. After writing this include IOStream, I will be simply moving down, and here I will be writing using namespace std. So I will be writing using namespace std, and now we will be writing init main function, and in init main function I will be simply moving down, and now here I will be writing about loops, like how many types of loops are in C++, how you can loops, and all the things about that. So I will be writing loops in C++, which is our first comment which we have right here. And now here I will be writing there are 3 types of loops in C++. Basically, in short words, there are many types of loops available in every language, like we used in Python, we used in JavaScript, like in start I've also told you the same thing. But in C++, there are only 3 types of loops which you can use. First is for loop, second is while loop, and third is do while loop. So we'll be understanding all the loops in short term, like how we can start with these loops, what are the things important in all these loops, we'll be covering up that. So the first type of loop is while loops, and now moving on to the, first type of loop is for loop, and the second type of loop is while loop, and the third type of loop is do while loop. So you can just see we'll be understanding all these 3 loops in this video, like what are for loop, what are while loop, and what are do while loop. And now we'll be starting with for loop first, like how to start with for loop. So I will be simply writing a comment here so you can understand that first of all we are starting with for loop here. So I will be writing for loop in C++. So now we have to understand basically what are for loop. If I give you an example, like if I write init I equal to 1, init means like integer value, and in integer value I have written I equal to 1. Then I will be writing the count value, and in count value I will be writing the value I, and here I will be writing I plus plus, like this. You can just see we have written this value here. And now when you have written the same value, I will be simply doing one thing, like I will be copying this thing from here, like this count and this I which we have written here. Then I'll be pasting this thing many times. You can just see If I run this thing here, so I will be just pressing this run code to run this command. So I have run that, and you can just see it is giving me an error in this count, and it is saying me that I think we are getting some error here. Okay, so if I press enter, so you can just see if I close it, and now here we are just getting all the things sorted out. If I run it again, so after running, you can just see we are getting all the things printed here. In short word, now we have to understand why these all things are printing. Like if I remove this all stuff from here, and if I normally print this count and this I plus plus, like if I print that by running this, so you can just see we are only getting the print 1. Now I want that many numbers should be printed here with this 1, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, like I want many numbers should be printed. So simply what I will be doing is I will be just copying this two things from here, this count I and this I plus plus. I'll be copying this and I'll be pasting this many times. Like I want 10 numbers, so I'll be pasting it obviously 10 times to get the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, like 1 till 10 I will be getting all the numbers if I paste it till 10. And if you want that it should be till 100, so you have to paste it 100 times to get till 100. But before getting till 100, we'll be seeing that we are getting till 10 or not. So I'll be running that. So if I run, you can just see we are getting till 11 because I have pasted obviously 11 times, and that is the reason we are getting it till 11. But you can just see one thing is not good here. Like if I want the number printed 10 times, 11 times or 100 times, so we have to paste it many times to get it. And from that, if I want my number should be printed 100 times, so I should be pasting it 100 times, and I don't have too much time to paste it 100 times, and our code line will be also really too much big, like it will be going to 300 codes, and I don't want that my code should be too much long. I want that I should be printing 100 number but in short code. So how to do that? And for that we have to use loops. This is also a loop, but in short terms it is not a loop which we used in C++. We have to use the loops to get the number value printed easily and long as well. So for doing that, I'll be simply removing this all stuff here, because now we have understand that if I want to print it many times, so how we can use it shortly. So for doing that, we have to use the syntax of for loop. So I will be now printing that all things, because now we have understand that basically what this loop does. And now I will be just moving down, and I will be giving a comment here, and in comment I will be writing as syntax for loop, because now in this syntax we'll be seeing that how you can get all the things working easily. So I will be now writing for initialization in this syntax. First of all, I'll be writing for initialization, and then I will be writing condition, and I will be writing updation like this. And then here you have to give this curly bracket, and here I will be writing loop body, and then here you have to just give the body outside the loop like this, loop body. And then I will be writing C++ code, and then close it by writing this close button. Then I will be writing for, and then I will be writing the init value I equal to 1, and here I will be moving forward, and here I will be writing I, then I will be writing 40. So I will be writing I plus plus here, now the value. Then I will be simply moving down, and after moving down I will be giving a code here, means comment as code. Then I will be writing count I equal to end L, so we can end the function. So here what I've written is that I've written init I means integer I should be started from 1, means our integer should be started from 1, because obviously when we are starting the counting, so we started from 1, and that is why I've written the integer I should be starting from 1, and after starting from 1 it should be ended for 40 or less than 40. So this is the condition which we have written here. Now if I run this condition here by pressing this run button, so this is giving some error because it is saying me that in initialization condition updation. So we will be doing the same thing, like we'll be commenting out these things. After commenting out, I will be just running this for init I, like I've told you that these all things will be working now. So I will be pressing run button to run these all things, and now you can just see from 1 till 40 we have printed all the things successfully and in only short code. Like if I move to top, so here we are printing the numbers by pasting these things many times, but now I've used the syntax for loop, and that is why I can print the number easily and as long as I can. Like if I want to print 100 numbers, so I'll be writing like 100 here, and I will be running it. So you can just see now we can print 100 number as well easily. We don't have to copy paste the same thing again and again. We can easily print the number 100 times, and that is why we use for loop to make the things easier. And now I hope you understand that basically how you can use for loop, what are the syntax of for loop to use easily in C++. So these are the for loop. Now moving on to the second loop, we will be understanding that what are while loop. But before moving on to the while loop, I will be giving you one example of infinite loop as well. Basically, this is another type of loop in C++, but it is not really compulsory loop to use. But if we are understanding about loops, so you should also know about infinite loop as well. So I will be giving a comment out and I will be writing here example of infinite loop, so you can understand that. Now we are understanding about infinite for loop here. Then I will be just writing for, basically it is also a type of for loop you can say, but we said an infinite loop because it print the number infinite times. And now here I will be writing 40, then I will be writing I plus plus the value. And after doing that, I will be now moving down, and here I will be writing another comment as code. And then here I will be writing count I and endl function to end my function here. Then after doing that things here, simply I will be moving down, and after moving down I will be just removing this thing. Okay, so by mistake I've done that. Control Z. Now like that I will be saving it, and if I run it here, so you can just see now if I run the same thing, you can see the numbers are printing infinite times. It is not stopping because we have used the example of infinite for loop, and that is the reason the numbers are printing infinite times and it is not stopping. To stop, you can simply delete this function, or you can comment out that, and we will be also doing the same thing. We will be commenting out this function because I hope you understand that how you can just use infinite for loop in C++. We can also use the infinite for loop in Python as well, but it is a different way to use that in Python. So now moving down to the second loop, we'll be understanding what are while loops in C++ now. So now for understanding the while loops, I will be giving a comment here, and I will be writing while loop in C++, so you can understand that now we are starting with the while loops. So now here I'll be writing here a syntax, and now after writing the syntax, I'll be writing a while condition. So here I will be now writing while condition, which is a comment out, and then here I will be moving down and I will be writing this call in here like that, and I will be commenting out the same thing down, then down again, commenting out the same things, and here I will be now writing C++ statements. So you can see that the syntax which we will be using here, we will be writing the condition of while, means we will be writing the while, and inside this bracket we will be writing the condition, and after that we will be making a curly bracket, and in this curly bracket we will be writing the statements of C++, so we can start working with this while loop. And this is the example which I have shown you by writing this comments. And now moving on to the same thing, we will be writing the syntax, and now if you want to print 1 to 40, so I will be writing a comment here as printing 1 to 40 using while loop, like how you can print 1 to 40 using while loop. So I will be writing integer value as 1 first of all, and then I will be writing while as I, and then this less than sign equal to 40, and here I will be moving down by writing this curly bracket, and count value I'll be writing I and L, and now here you have to move down I plus plus and then close it. So you can just see the value we have written is perfectly fine. I'll be saving this thing, and now we are doing the same thing in while loop here like we were doing in for loop. So I'll be running it. After running, you can just see we are getting value 1 till 40 easily printed in short codes like we have used in for loop. But in for loop I have telling you the two ways. One way was that you can use it like in the long way, which is copy paste the thing, and then the second way was that it was easy way, which you can use in some lines to print the code. But now this is the first way in while loop which you can easily use to print this thing here till 1 till 40. We have done that. So I hope you understand basically what are while loop and how you can start with that. Now we have to also understand the example of infinite loop, means not the infinite loop we have seen at the top. Now we will be understanding about the infinite loop in while loops, how you can start with the infinite loop in while loop and what are the example of that. So I'll be writing example of infinite loop, infinite while loop. So now we will be giving the example here. In it I equal to 1, and now here I will be writing the while value as true in bracket, and then here I will be writing the count value and in count I will be writing I and then end L to end the function here. You can just see. Then I plus plus and close it. Save this value here, and if I run this, so you can just see. If I run this value, so you can just see it is infinite printing and it is not stopping because it is infinite, and this is called infinite while loop, and I hope you understand that how you can start with this infinite while loop here. Now I'll be commenting out these things because I hope you understand that basically how you can start working with this infinite while loop here. And for printing, for commenting out this thing, I will be just pressing control and /, and you can just see all the things has been printed out. And now you can just see, I hope you understand that basically how you can start with for loop, how you can start with while loop, what are infinite for loop, and what are infinite while loop. Now moving on to the last loop, which is do while loop, how you can start with do while loop now. So for starting with do while loop, I will be just simply first of all writing here do while loop in C++. So I will be writing do while loop in C++. Then I will be now moving forward and I will be writing here syntax. First of all, we will be writing the syntax. After that, we will be writing the do value, and in the do value, I will be commenting out this thing because it is also example which I am giving you here. So after just commenting out this value, simply I will be just in this brackets, means in this curly brackets, I will be writing the C++ statements. So you can just see we have written the C++ statements, and then I will be writing while condition here. So simply I will be writing the while condition. After writing the while condition, I will be printing the things here 1 to 40. So I'll be printing the value 1 to 40 using while loop. So here I will be printing that all things. Then I will be writing the init function as equal to 1 here, and then you have to write do, then move down, and in this do value I will be writing I, and then I will be ending the function by using this end L. You can just see that. And now here I've written this some space, so I don't have to give the space here. I'll be giving a space and I'll be writing I here like that, and now the error is gone which we were getting. I hope you understand that. Then I will be printing I plus plus to get the value working, and here I will be writing as while false, then close the value, and now we have to return the value as 0. So I'll be returning the 0 as well in the end. So I'll be saving this thing here, and if I run this, so you can just see now our do while loop will be running, and you can just see the value which we are getting is 1 because in integer we have started the value from 1 and we have not written where to end, and that is the reason why we are getting the value as 1. If I write the value as 10, so you will be getting the integer as 10 if I show you. So if I run, you can just see now the value of integer we are getting is 10 because in integer value we have written the value of 10. So I hope you understand that how we have worked with these all loops in C++, like we have understand what are for loop, what are infinite for loop, what are while loop, what are infinite while loop, and we have also understand what are do while loop in C++. So I hope you understand how we have started with these loops, how we have covered up these loops, how many types of loops are in C++ basically, and how you can work with these all loops. So if you have understand this video from start, and if you have enjoyed this video, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell as well so you can get the notifications of my all the future videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So just I'll be meeting you next project with more amazing things and more amazing tutorials. So for today, goodbye.